right, welcome on in to another episode of DCU Daily on Also Curious. I don't know what fell in the background, but we'll find out on the other side of the intro. But you know, today's show is going to be packed. We have a lot of stuff from Superman as always. Still some leftover Superman Day news. You know, there's some new Superman boxers out there. We'll take a look at those. There's also Supergirl news. Are they getting close to wrapping filming on the movie already? Wow. But you know, that's, I guess, when James Gunn is running the show, then you are ahead of schedule. We will also get into some of the news from Lanterns. They're, you know, filming, and well, maybe Green Lantern is not the only set of heroes that we're gonna get in that show. Maybe we're also gonna get a Green Arrow. I don't know. We'll look into that. And of course, beyond that, we have all the news from Hollywood, from the latest TV shows. We got Emmys and SAG Awards, actually not the Emmys, but the SAG Awards and the Golden Globes getting dates for when those awards are going to happen this year. We also have to talk about the Thunderbolts premiere because, hey, that's the next big movie on the horizon. Of course, The Accountant 2 comes out this week. We already reviewed it on the show, so welcome to go back on the channel and check that review out. And then, of course, we have a ton of trailers, including a new National Treasure movie that's not made by Disney. It's not called National Treasure. It's made by Apple, but it's pretty much National Treasure or Indiana Jones. So we'll talk about that and so much more. And to do that, let's hit that news intro. Bring in, Ryan Gosling, aka the new Starfighter, and then we'll get the show started.
It doesn't seem to matter what I do. I'm always the number two.
All right, Mr. I need to paint my abs on to get nominated. You don't see Robert Downey doing that.
You're kidding. You're kidding. I can't open the envelope without the...
Warner Brothers is heading back into the Matrix with a new movie in the works.
Wonder what other surprises are in store.
I want to be Bruce Wayne. I like that. You're gonna love me.
There's the shot right there. That.
Okay, we don't need to see chords.
Right there.
You look ridiculous.
Well, not no more, he don't.
What, dude? I can barely understand you. Your accent's insane.
What
Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. Wow.
All right. Well, lots to talk about, as I said earlier, and I'm not the only one here to talk about all that stuff. With me, as always, I've got Liz and John. John, you were making all kinds of noise in the intro, but we'll start with Liz. How was your day and so far your week? I mean, it's almost Friday. How are you doing?
I know, it's wild. We're almost there, gang. M8 in the chat. It is a beautiful brand new day. It's so beautiful outside, in fact, that my allergist told me not to leave the house or I might die. So so things are good. It's bright, it's sunny. I don't get to enjoy any of it, but that's fine. I'm here enjoying this time with all of y'all. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, or ATGIF. Almost. Thank God it's Friday. Anyway, John, how are you doing? How's your Thursday been?
Doing great, I think. I mean, I got, my monitor for my PC, so
is that
hopefully I could start building that soon, and I don't have to be on this piece of shit anymore. So that's fun. But yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's how my day has gone. Pretty much done nothing else.
For a second, I thought you meant like this piece of shit, as in like the show. Like, are you going to another show? Anyway, never mind. Yes, I hear you. Yeah.
Jesus. God
See, like you got all the styrofoam in the background, so you must have been opening up stuff today.
That's the best part when you get a new toy, opening it all up.
Oh, beautiful.
Liz, I think your camera froze. Oh no, you're back. Okay. We can hear you though. All right, cool. Yeah, so
we're gonna be having this problem all day. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, we have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6. Two hands. I'm not any alien. 6 trailers, at least that I'm aware of. But we have to talk about movies, TV shows. So we're gonna hit them all up, get your reactions because both of you watched the trailers, and then after that we have to talk about a bunch of other stuff, including the Thunderbolts premiere, and then we have quick hits. So yeah, let's get things started with the first trailer that I will show once I share my screen because I totally forgot to do that. That is my bad. Everybody.
Yay! Now I'm not the only one fucking up.
I've done that. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong screen. We're having so much fun today. Um, I just did one of those. Can you imagine what that would like? That is gonna look weird, right? That was one of those screen within a screen things. Anyway, all right. Sponsored of course, I guess by Dove hydration body wash. Okay.
Body wash. And as Jimmy
So,
Gaffigan would say.
the first of the trailers we have to talk about is I Know What You Did Last Summer, John. Actually, you were on the show with me talking about Superman.
Yes.
Cue the reel, as it were. But anyway, so the sequel, is a sequel? It is a sequel.
It's a requel.
It's a requel. They got Madeline Klein in it, but Jennifer Love Hewitt is coming back. Freddie Prinze Jr. is back. They're gonna be in this new movie. This is directed by Jennifer Caton Robinson. That's a long name, but power to her for coming back and taking on a franchise that probably a lot of people have expectations for, and there's probably no scenario in which she finds a winning movie.
Yeah, not high expectations.
So I guess I'll just start with you, Liz. You saw the trailer for this. It's been out for a few days now. We've not been able to touch upon it yet, but I wanted to go through it.
Yeah,
it's been a long time since this franchise has been with us. The trailer looked very well. Was it bloody? Was it? Yeah, it was bloody. Actually,
Yeah.
I watched it. It was bloody. They did cut away from maybe some of the worst parts, but they don't want to give you a red band trailer out the gate. So, what did you think about it, Liz?
It looked just as mid as the original two films. I mean, I love them, but I love them to hate watch them. I love them because they're so bad. Again, I'm from the Scream generation, y'all. So like it was Scream, and then I Know What You Did Last Summer, and all of us were like, okay, I know what you did last summer. Like you're just trying to be Scream, but with like a fisherman's hook. It was never anything that impressive when the originals first came out, and I'm not at all impressed by this one either. But I'll see it, and I'll enjoy hate watching it, and I'll have a great time. So, hooray! Oh, you're muted, Dan.
Sorry. What are your thoughts on it, John?
Essentially the same thing. It's like it's kind of like what the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 movie was to Halloween, that this movie will inevitably be to Scream 5. It's essentially doing the same exact things, the same exact like plot line, same exact idea. Like, oh, they're bringing back the people who lived and all that shit. It's like,
yeah,
we've done this song and dance before, and guess what? Halloween 2018, great. Scream 5, well, I think it's dog shit, but most people thought it was great. And then TCM 2022 sucked major donkey dicks, and then this will probably inevitably also suck turds. So, it's yeah, like no excitement. I've never watched any of the other movies. I've heard that, pretty much they're all
classics, John. They're classics.
Says the person who hates them, but okay.
Yeah, I hate them in a classic fan fashion. I don't know what to
do. Okay. But yeah, this looks terrible. This looks dumb. I have no interest whatsoever. And considering I already hate Scream 5, and this is gonna probably be the worst version of Scream 5, then I'm like, all right, yeah, that's like you had nothing. I mean, I like Freddie Prinze Jr. I like Jennifer Love Hewitt. They're not great actors, but they're nice to see. Like I remember like vaguely when I was a kid when they were popular, so it was like nice to have that return, I guess. But I will say the one thing I did want to mention, I have so much respect for Sarah Michelle Gellar, who the director wanted to bring back so badly, and Sarah Michelle Gellar is like, I'm fucking dead. My character is dead. There's no way you can bring it back properly. Leave me dead. I'm not fucking coming back. And you know what? Respect to that. Because she could have made an easy payday with this movie. And she's like, no, I'm dead. Why? You can't bring me back. Fuck you.
Well, and you know what? She's getting the check aney because her husband's back in the film. So
exactly.
she's like, I'm still making money, gang. I'm the winner
go.
out of this one. That's right.
So, I'll take that. But I respect her, I think she was like, I'm not even Sarah Michelle Gellar, I'm Sarah Dead Gellar or something like that. She was making jokes about it, and I'm like, you know what? Good for her. She's not coming back to this shit fest, and and she's still technically getting money because, as you said, Freddie Prinze Jr. is going to be a part of it. So it's a win-win. She gets to keep her dignity. I mean, her husband doesn't, but like she gets to keep her dignity and she's getting money. So like, well, like half, but like, it's still more money than any of us.
Works out. It works out.
Yeah. But now we have Predator. Finally some good fucking food. So here we are.
If you say so.
Predator Badlands. I was initially really skeptical about this because I heard the synopsis and I'm like, okay, that's just Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. But like, sure. And I was more interested. I mean, when we were talking about the trailer for the animated movie that's coming out on Hulu, I was like, okay, I'm way more interested in this than Badlands. Because Badlands, I'm like, oh, okay, that just the premise sounds lame. But then I saw the trailer. I'm like, nope, yep, I'm on it. You got me hooked. You got me convinced. This looks fucking great. I'm stoked for this. This looks really interesting. I love Elle Fanning. I love the ideas in regards to this. It looks great. I trust Dan Trachtenberg. He's done nothing but great work. So yeah, I mean, Predator who would have thunk that the Predator franchise is dunking so hard on the Alien franchise? Because at one point it was way switched. Alien was way better than Predator. Now Predator is like, nah, fuck you, man. Like Alien Romulus, fuck that shit.
It's almost looking like a cross between Star Wars and Dune. Like it's like all the different landscapes and imagery is very interesting to me. That's probably the only reason I'm going to check it out. This is not anything that appeals to me at all, but the fact that Elle Fanning's a part of it, which I never would have expected from her, so like makes me curious enough to want to see it.
I mean, I like the idea of like the Predator being like hunted. I think that's definitely a really interesting idea. So it looks like Predator fans are eating good because I'm stoked for this. I'm stoked for the Hulu animated film. So I would say, hell yeah, give me more of this. Even though I'm more interested in the animated film because it's like that's what I want to see. I want to see like predators in different like time zones and that kind of thing. I think that's a really innately interesting idea, but this still looks really good, and it is still for the most part very different, even if it does kind of follow that Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes plotline a little bit. But even then, like, I like how they do reference Weyland Yutani, because I mean it is canonical that Alien and Predator are still in the same universe, so I liked that as well. But yeah, I'm stoked for this, and I think the Predator looks great, even though I don't know why he has fucking like cornrows, but you do you. But yeah, this looks great. I don't know what else to say. Anyway.
That's all we can say. Let's move on to the next trailer.
Well, I think this is just an homage. I don't think it's like, yeah, come on, this is like really pushing it. Like it's a generic Alien design. Like it's not.
I mean, if anything, it's more like Alien from Alien, not Alien from Independence Day. But
well, I mean, the skull is different. The aliens, the xenomorph skull is like long. This is like flat.
Do we know that that's a skull? It could be a different part of the part of the torso, or I don't know.
But I mean, maybe I think it's
we
just
had a couple different skulls.
I don't think it's a crossover. I think it's like at the very most like an homage, kind of like what it was in Predator 2 when we saw the xenomorph skull. It was an homage that eventually became canonical. So I think for right now, I think it's just an homage to Independence Day. I don't think it's for sure.
Oh no,
100%.
I don't expect them to show up.
No, because it's like the timelines don't match. It's like it wouldn't work. So but I think it's just a cute little homage, and I like that. I think that's cute, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, let's talk about National Treasure 3 and how that's never coming out, but we are getting this.
Which is
but yeah, Fountain of Youth, aka National Treasure 3, aka Indiana Jones 6, aka Uncharted, but good. Well, at least we hope is good. But
Uncharted wasn't the worst.
I mean,
it wasn't the worst. That's all I'll give it. Wasn't the worst. It's
like generic slop, essentially.
Yeah.
But this is, Fountain of Youth, like you have like your boy John Krasinski being the charismatic adventurer. They're trying to find the Fountain of Youth. It has a stacked cast, and it's pretty much like Disney's like, we're never gonna do National Treasure 3.
Yeah.
And Guy Ritchie is like, fine, I'll do it myself.
Well,
And
it's
you know
very
what?
Tomb Raider-esque as well. Is like they're going after
Tomb
their
Raider was like
father's
female
treasure.
Indiana Jones
and-
anyway, so like,
Yeah.
yeah, throw that in there too. Like,
Yeah.
does it feel original? Not at all.
No.
What, am I gonna watch the fucking shit out of it? Hell
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna watch the shit out of it. Love the cast, love the vibes, loving the globetrotting adventure.
Exactly.
I'm there. I'm gonna watch this. Will it be shit? Maybe. I don't care.
I mean, it'll be cheesy as fuck. That's for sure.
I
but
don't care. Like,
here for
I'll
it.
take cheesy.
Yeah.
Screw it. But I'm just saying, like you got a great cast. You have John Krasinski, you have Natalie Portman, you got Donald Gleason, you got Isaac Gonzalez.
Ugh, I love Donald Gleason.
You got Stanley fucking Tucci. Like, hello.
Yeah,
amazing.
I'm like, oh, all right. Guess we're just
You
doing
have,
everything.
Abraham Erskine with almost Captain America. So, there's the connection there. It works. Shut up. Anyway, but yeah, this looks like a ton of fun. Like, not much to say, but like, you know what? I'll take it. Like, even though it's not like technically the most original thing ever, I will take its more original ideas rather than yet another, IP. And it's just like, all right, cool. Hell yeah. It's Stanley Tucci. That's always a win,
Agreed. 100%.
So yeah, Fountain of Youth.
Yeah, and the Mummy, exactly, Caleb. It's literally all of these,
all the adventure films you could possibly think of.
Yeah, films. All
nothing beats the Mummy except for pretty much most adventure films. I will say, the Mummy is fun, but like, there are other better adventure movies.
I mean, throw in the Fifth Element while we're at it too. Let's just put them all in this category.
I don't know if it's Fifth Element, but sure.
I mean, just like by some of the landscape and stuff, like they're going into a tomb and whatever. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. But next trailer, because that's all we have to say about that. And we just weapons. Oh yeah, this is. I remember seeing this. What was I seeing this for? I think it was for Sinners. Yeah, it was for Sinners. I saw, instead of seeing the trailer for him, which I really wanted to see on a big screen.
I got that in my screening for Sinners. I got the trailer for him and that.
Yeah, I didn't get that. Maybe it wasn't available for the Dolby screening or something.
No, I watched it in Dolby.
Then they just were I was there early too, because I thought I was gonna hit a ton of traffic. So I was like, I was like going at noon. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hit a shit ton of traffic, and fucking breeze to the theater. So I'm like, okay, cool. I get to watch all the trailers. And even though it takes fucking like 10 years to go through all the goddamn trailers, but I'm like, okay, I'll catch the Him trailer because my buddy saw it too. And I'm like, all right, cool. I get to see it on a big screen. Never got it. I got this instead, which
again, I didn't get
bad.
This one. Yeah,
it's not bad. Like, it's again good cast. Julia Garner.
Oh, it's the stuff of nightmares. I will not be seeing this.
Looks
at
creepy.
All.
I like Zach Krieger. I'm curious how it's definitely like the kind of minimalist marketing vibes. How you don't even get for what it was for me is like you didn't even get like the the MPA like green screen like before. You just got this. It was only like running kids in the night, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of pretty.
That is
creepy.
the stuff of nightmares. Absolutely not.
And they're T-posing. They gotta, they're running T-posing. But yeah, it looks pretty creepy. I mean, I'm gonna watch it because I like what he did with Barbarian, and I liked what he did from a producing side with Companion. So I think Zach Krieger is definitely, on his way there to be another horror director, horror like crew legend with both directing and producing. Yeah. So I'm curious how this will, because it's called Weapons. So I'm like, I think my theory is it's like these kids were like maybe experimented on, and they're like sleeper agents, and that's why they're running to wherever they're running to, and they're like weapons. They like their homegrown weapons like as like people. So that's then they're like gonna fight something, or they're gonna be like picked off one by one or something like that. So that's my theory in regards to that.
Well, you enjoy it and come back and tell us all about it, John. I will be missing that one.
Hey, you said that Sinners was gonna make you pee your pants, and look how that turned out.
It was wonderful, but
yeah, so
they don't have 2 Michael B. Jordans in this, so.
But it does have Alden Ehrenreich. He played, Han Solo.
Unless he's going to be a vampire, I'm giving it a pass.
And you got Zaddy energy with Josh Brolin. So
unless he's a vampire, it's not.
Even though he's supposed to be retired, because that's what he said when Denis Villeneuve didn't get nominated. But tisk, not keeping your promises, Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks good.
Well, Chris Evans says he retired too, and he's got a bunch of movies coming out. So you can't.
No, he said. Well, Chris Evans said he was retiring from Captain America.
That's not true. It's just you and I both know it's not true.
Anyway.
Moving on. Anyway.
Well, I've been starting on all of them. Why don't you start on this one, Liz? Because this seems like your type of.
Hey,
movie.
Heads of State. It's a little bit Olympus Has Fallen. It's a little bit Air Force One. It's a little bit of buddy comedy. If Sylvester Stallone became president, this would be John Cena's character. So John Cena plays president of the United States. Idris Elba plays the prime minister of England, and they get together. Some bad stuff goes down. Some criminal elements try to take them both out, and somehow
we got Priyanka Chopra as well.
And Priyanka Chopra's yes, exactly. And they team up, and hilarity ensues. So
yeah. And honestly,
I'm gonna watch the hell out of this. It looks great.
Honestly, I would genuinely take John Cena for president. That would be just amazing.
Who wouldn't? I think they'd be happy with Idris Elba as the prime minister as well over there.
Yeah. But yeah, this looks great. I said in the chat that I'm like, this is pretty much My Fellow Americans meets Air Force One meets Red Notice. But like, if it's half as good as 2 of those movies, not Red Notice because that fucking sucked. But if it's half as good as 2 of those movies, we're in for a good time.
Yeah.
So
you
know what?
No, I'm pumped about it for sure. It's gonna be great.
But I mean,
again, we're not creating the next great American piece of cinematography. It's not going to win any awards.
They never make anything good,
but it'll be a good time, and that's what matters.
But yeah, I saw the trailer, and plus it's got the director of Nobody, and I really liked that movie.
Yeah.
So a lot of fun with that, and I can't wait for Nobody 2, although I think he was directing this instead, because I think Nobody 2 has a new director. But yeah, this looks Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Excuse me.
Very cool.
She has a huge fan base. I mean, she's beautiful and
very talented.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, I think this looks like a lot of fun. I'm gonna definitely watch that.
Cool.
But who doesn't love John Cena? For all the John Cena haters, don't fucking answer that. But certainly least, actually, no, not second to least, because I know what you did last summer was probably the least. But yeah, this, I don't know. I don't watch the show, Liz.
I never caught the show. Again, it's on the list. One of these days, probably when I die, I'll be able to get to everything. But it looks cool. I like the cast. They're bringing in some new folks. Steve Buscemi's now been added for this season. Wednesday season 2 coming out soon. Looks great. Jenna Ortega killing it yet again. Listen, I've heard nothing but good things about the first season. Hopefully they deliver on the second. And for those of you who watch it, I hope you enjoy it and have a wonderful time. But I don't think I'll ever get to it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I have no real interest in the show. I mean, Jenna Ortega is great. But yeah.
Oh well. Anyway, next, Thunderbolts. Woo!
Okay.
So I'm like given myself, I'm not looking at, reading, I'm not doing anything because apparently a lot of spoilers are starting to come out for Thunderbolts. My theater did a sneak peek film this week. I have a very strong feeling that it is going to be Thunderbolts, but I'm seeing it next week. I've already got my ticket. I'm ready to go. But so far, fan reactions, everybody's loving it. They're saying it's the best Marvel film we've seen in a really long time. The trailer would not lead me to believe anything else. So I'm pumped about it. Can't wait. Like I said, got my ticket in hand, but I'm not spoiling things for myself. So I know John could give a flying, but hey, man, it's gonna be great. And I cannot wait. So hope
yeah,
everyone gets out and
everyone's
sees it.
saying, you know, the critics are like, I really dug Thunderbolts, and Thunderbolts is truly fantastic. Say that again. Anyway, I laughed, cried, cheered, and had a lot of fantastic. Wrong Marvel movie, guys. The other one is fantastic.
I don't expect them to say that about the other one, but hey.
Well, I mean, it's in the name.
That's my joke. That was the joke.
Say that again. Anyway, but yeah, they're saying it's gonna be pretty great. Yeah.
Cool. Can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. Thunderbolts.
I mean,
and there are 2 end credit scenes, so if you guys do see it in the theaters, stick around. You know,
and allegedly one got leaked. Obviously, I will not say it here, but I do know what it is. If it's true,
I will not be looking. Do not send it to my house.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna fucking do anything. Would you calm down?
I wasn't talking to you specifically, John. I just meant like I'm putting it on the universe. Like miss me with that is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think Thunderbolts. It's certainly a movie. Yeah, I just love all the people with this one being like, essentially, like, oh, this is the best Marvel movie since Endgame, and I'm like, oh, the last 4 Marvel movies have been the best since Endgame. Like, it's 2021. I'm gonna put on my best Dr. Manhattan impression for you guys. It's 2021. And Spider-Man No Way Home is the best Marvel movie since Endgame. It's 2022, and Black Panther Wakanda Forever is the best Marvel movie since Endgame. It's 2023. It's, again, Guardians of the Galaxy is the best Marvel movie since Endgame. It's 2024, and Deadpool and Wolverine is the best Marvel movie since Endgame. It's 2025, and Thunderbolts is the best Marvel movie since Endgame. It's like, you guys aren't even hiding it at this point.
I mean, some of those I agree with. Still Endgame's the GOAT for me. But anyway, I'm excited. Don't yuck my yum, John.
I'm not yucking your yum, but I'm just also like, again, I've been burned by Marvel too many times, and I'm just like, I can't. Outside of Spider-Man stuff and Fantastic Four, I just can't really, unfortunately, get excited for a lot of their stuff anymore. And, I'm trying. Don't get me wrong. I will admit, I do love me some Bucky. I do. I love Bucky. I think Red Guardian looks pretty funny here, and I'll give them that. Like, I'll give them a little bit. Like,
Dan,
I'll give them
you're
a smidge.
so lame.
What? What is he?
Dan's being lame. Don't pay him any attention.
You know what? That's my headcanon. I like fun rivalry. I do, but I also like, supporting your fellow superhero movies rather than being like, fuck Marvel and fuck DC and all the lame ass things, but you know how it be. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad people are happy about this. I can't be, I'm sorry, but yeah. To all the 5 people that are excited for Thunderbolts, I'm happy for you guys.
Well, I hope I enjoy it enough that it'll make me want to see it multiple times in the theater. That'll be the true litmus test for me. Because I don't think I've seen any of the previous films ever since Endgame. I don't think I've seen any of them more than once. Maybe Guardians. Did I see Guardians twice? I might have seen Guardians twice, but
box office predictions. That's an
for
interesting.
Thunderbolts?
Maybe like $5 whole. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
What's the budget?
I don't think it's gonna do a bill. It won't do a bill.
No, it definitely not. That's not doing.
First of all, you don't have to go so hard.
Thunderbolts. How much money? How how much? Because like I think it might make like triple its budget, but like maybe double, but like not. I think it's like 100 million if I were to take a guess.
They're saying the production budget was 150 to 200 mil.
Okay, God, that's
so the movie is expected to earn between 65 and 85 domestic for the domestic weekend.
Okay, so I think if it's like 100 million, I could see this maybe getting like 600.
And didn't we say that China will show this one, but it's going to stop showing others after? Like this is like one of the last films that China said they were going to show. So yeah, so I would say 5 to 600. Jalen is saying 500. TC24 350 at best. You guys, holy cash! Like for real. Kyle's saying 700 million. You guys, I think between 5 and 6, and if it does better than that, good for them. Again, once we start getting word of mouth, if people are really, really enjoying it, like the critics so far, who knows? I think
like 650 at like the very most. I could see that. Because here's the thing. I mean, sure, like Bucky and like maybe some of the smaller characters are going to get people in seats, but at the same time, Thunderbolts is not a known thing. It's not like Spider-Man or Captain America or Iron Man.
It's not the team up people have been waiting for.
It's the ragtag. I mean, that's the whole point. It's like the ragtag group of people who are like, okay, yeah.
The leftovers,
Yeah, the leftovers, all that shit. And considering both Suicide Squad movies failed,
but
although I can't blame the James Gunn one too hard because that one was post-COVID. I mean, the David Ayer
first one was my name is Will Smith and I'm not going to do this film until you base the entire thing around my one character. So like no, and Cara Delevingne phoned it in. Please don't even get me started.
Cara Delevingne can't even act, so it's like
that's what I'm saying. Don't even get me started.
But I mean, the Suicide Squad was fun. I mean, it's not great, but it was fun.
Sure.
But like it's like this is like gonna be like essentially the same thing over again. And the last 2 times people were not really all that invested. So it's like, I guess that's whatever. But yeah, enough Thunderbolts talk. Let's get to the real meat and potatoes here. Let's get into the quick hits, guys. Let's hit that bossa nova elevator music. And we're gonna try to be quick, Caleb. I know you're going to make fun of us. Oh, it's going to be an hour-long quick hits, but we're going to try. We're going to try just for you, buddy.
You do it. You come on. You do it.
So, all right. It's now. Okay, great. So, hold on. There it is.
There it is.
Wait. No.
Nope.
Hang on.
Almost. We're getting there.
Technical difficulties, guys. Why is this not working? There it is. Yeah, I mean, my laptop's probably going to blow up after this. Thanks, Dan. But, here it is. Anyway, Godzilla, Kong stomp back to Queensland for next MonsterVerse chapter. I'm stoked because I love MonsterVerse stuff. Yes, Godzilla -1 was better, but this is still a lot of fun. Thoughts?
I'll probably see it.
Cool. Yeah. Anyway, so we're getting hope once again that this bitch is gonna finally leave Lucasfilm in August, even though she literally just said she's gonna do this till she's 90. And they also spelled Lucasfilm wrong. Way to go, guys. But apparently Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down in August. Thoughts?
Best of luck to you.
I'll believe it when I see it. And to quote Hawkeye, don't do that. Don't give me hope. Anyway, moving on. Apparently, after the Pope's unfortunate death, Conclave viewership soars up to 280.
I mean, is anyone surprised?
To nearly 7 million minutes.
You saw it. You saw it, John. Every article I read about the Pope's passing and about the upcoming conclave, I was envisioning the scenes from the movie. So it makes perfect sense to me that people are going to be curious because now we're in the middle of a conclave or an upcoming conclave. So they're like, there's a movie all about this process, I should learn more. And visual, good for them is all I can say, because that movie is well deserved. The visuals are stunning. I hope if you guys haven't seen it, you go check it out, because it's not only is it very informative, it does make you think, and again, just visually stunning of a film. So I love that movie.
Personally, I think it should have won Best Picture, but
thank
that's
you.
just my opinion.
But we know why it didn't, because bitches don't be watching every film they vote for.
You know,
I said that, didn't I? I said it. But anyway,
I mean, Conclave, an intriguing movie that has mystery, a great cast, all these things that are amazing,
visually stunning, very well written.
Madison busting it open on camera.
Yeah,
I guess now we know what the Academy likes. Just more sex, guys.
It was the popularity vote, and now they're being forced to vote properly. So hopefully things will change down the line.
Won't.
But I said it. Didn't I say it? Didn't I say it? But anyway, Conclave.
I agree with you.
Go check it out if you haven't checked it out.
I think it's on Amazon. So yeah, go watch it if you got Amazon. Great
It's
stuff.
fantastic.
Or
fantastic.
Possibly Ride the High Seas if you do so want to do that. But you know, go watch it. Great stuff. But apparently, for the upcoming, now the highest grossing animated film ever made, Najat 2 English dub sets sights on global market. The returns could be enormous. What are your thoughts on this? Did you get a chance to see this or no?
I didn't see the first one. I didn't get to see this one. This kid is creepy as fuck, so it's deterring me. But I would like to check it out. I am very interested to see what it's all about. But I feel I would need to see the first one first. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious.
Yeah, good for them. But that kid is creepy as fuck.
I'll do that so you don't have to look at him. I will say that I think the English subbed version is on YouTube with ads, the first one. So if you want to get prepared to watch Najat 2, then you can watch the first one on YouTube. It's with ads, so if you don't mind ads, or if you have uBlock Origin like a good person, then cool.
Caleb just said Death of the Pope before the Batman Part 2, and I'm sorry, that's...
We got the Death of the Pope before GTA 6.
It's just... I'm sorry. That one got me, Caleb. You know?
But hey, you know what? We got a remaster of Oblivion before the Pope died, so there's that.
Who asked for it? But okay.
You know what? It's better than yet another Skyrim remaster. Like, fuck
sure.
It.
Okay.
Anyway, this is video game talk. Let's move on.
That's right. It is not.
But apparently, surprise, surprise, Peacock Narrows lost to $215 million. Subscribers jump to 41 million. So the cable giant also unveiled its first quarter results for the entertainment unit and other operations, which includes continuing broadband and video customer losses. Thoughts?
I mean, it's still a deficit, so good job. All right.
Streaming services continues to lose money. Meanwhile, fire is hot. Anyway. Thanks, Hollywood Reporter. IMAX posts sharply higher quarterly profit amid record China box office. Apparently, IMAX CEO Rich Gelfond told Wall Street analysts, "We're not letting the noise distract us," after China said it will reduce the number of Hollywood films it imports in response to an escalating tariff war with the U.S. Thoughts?
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway. More Hollywood Reporter. Lionsgate shareholders vote to approve Starz spinoff from studios. Apparently, the John Wick and Hunger Games studio got overwhelmingly support from investors for a full separation to create two standalone, publicly traded companies. Thoughts?
I mean, good luck to them. I don't see it going as well as they anticipate, but hey,
I agree.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah, as you said, good luck to them. Apparently, a bunch of names I can't pronounce to headline India's Wave Summit.
Rajinikanth.
I can pronounce Ted Sarandon.
Amir Khan. No, Dan, you don't get to pipe in. Right. No, I'm trying. Amitabh Bachchan. Bitchin. Let's go with Bitchin. That's a good one. Anyway, yay, Shah Rukh Khan. Dan, can we go to this before we go to CinemaCon? This sounds like way more fun. Let's go to this.
I mean, sure, you could try.
It's like an India CinemaCon, I think. Right, Dan? Now Dan can pipe in.
That's sort of. It's like a new event, you know?
Yeah, let's go.
Out of here, goddamn.
Go.
Yeah, cool for them. Go India. Yay.
Oh, my favorite. Akshay Kumar is hosting. My dream.
Snoop Dogg inks deal with NBC Universal across film and TV. Thoughts?
Good for you, Snoop. Make that money, baby.
Yeah. Anyway. Enola Holmes 3 set at Netflix. Millie Bobby Brown, Henry Cavill, and Louis Partridge. More returning. Thoughts?
I still haven't seen Enola Holmes 2, but I liked the first Enola Holmes, so good for them.
I will only watch this movie if somebody creates a compilation of only the scenes featuring Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes, because that's literally the only reason to watch these movies.
30 seconds per film.
Okay, then I will watch 30 seconds of compilation.
I mean, he does a wonderful job. I said the same thing, Mr. Gonzalez.
Can we just get rid of this Enola Holmes shit? Just give me a fucking spin-off with Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes. That's all I give a fuck about.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? I said the same thing, Mr. Gonzalez. I said, when did number 2 come out? I completely missed the release of Enola Holmes 2, so I guess I have some backtracking to do.
Yeah.
Hey, again, good for them. Hooray.
Anywho, next up, Age of Innocence, an Unaccustomed Earth series greenlit at Netflix. The streamer has also renewed Sweet Magnolias for a 5th season. Thoughts?
Cashing in on all those Bridgerton stands. Good for y'all. Make that money. I'll probably check it out, maybe.
Yeah, but they gotta include more sex because Bridgerton, that's a fucking horny ass show. Got it? Like literally every time I have walked in on my mom watching that show, it's during a sex scene. Like, goddamn, I thought fucking.
Y'all want to know why we read romance?
Goddamn.
We read romance novels, kids. You get more of the same. It's a beautiful thing.
Sure, not my thing, but if y'all enjoy it, that's okay with me. Hey, next up, Heartstopper to end with Netflix movie. No fucking clue what this is, nor do I really care, but I know it has the kid that's in the Agatha show, so good for him, I guess.
Okay, yep.
Thoughts?
Never heard of it. Sorry to hear it's over.
I will
Best
say
of luck to you.
This is really cute. It's a fun. It's like teenage angst and if you like this genre of television, they got a movie to wrap it up. It's been on air for a few seasons. I know Fiona loves it, and then also it's targeted at primarily the teenage crowd. But hey, in terms of representation, it's
go gays.
It's huge for the LGBTQ community. So
yay,
nice.
Yeah, but cool. Way to go, guys. I don't watch the show, so I can't really say anything. But if y'all watch it, then here it is. Cool. It's getting a movie. Next up, Toys R Us live action movie in the works with Story Kitchen. I'm gonna take a wild guess that it's gonna be like the Tetris movie, where it's gonna be about like Toys R Us coming into be, rather than like a movie about like the toys at Toys R Us or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, I don't expect that at all. I expect it to be like along the lines of like the Pop-Tart movie or something, something like that. I expect it to be really satirical and tongue in cheek, and it should be fun.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll watch this shit, but like, cool for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But John Hamm to lead American Hostage anthology series at the streaming service literally no one has. The show from Sony Pictures TV is based on a podcast of the same name. That's a great start, which also featured the Emmy winner. Thoughts?
Yeah, I don't have MGM Plus. I don't have time for this extra shit. I'm sure it's going to be great. I love John Hamm, so good for you, boy. Get that check.
Just go back and watch Good Omens if you want more John Hamm TV action.
100%.
So, yeah. I still need to watch season 2. Whoopsie-daisies.
Yeah,
I kind of don't want to now because, gross Neil Gaiman. But moving on. Brad Pitt and David Fincher's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood sequel gets intriguing title
Hooray!
and plot details, but apparently it's going to be called The Continuing Adventures of Cliff Booth, because that's not an annoying title, where the stuntman becomes a Hollywood studio fixer. Thoughts?
I'm looking forward to it. I liked that character. I love that movie. I will see it.
Hopefully it follows the line of spin-off movies like spin-off stuff with a side character like Better Call Saul, rather than, you know,
I hope it comes to theaters though, because if it's streaming, there's a very good possibility I'll be skipping that. So
I think it's only going to be on Netflix because David Fincher has a deal with Netflix, but we'll see. Obviously, we'll see. Maybe Quentin Tarantino, who is still writing it, will push for a theatrical release because he's one of the many that are of that line of like theatrical experience. So we can only hope. Next up, apparently the Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping, the next film in the Hunger Games franchise, casts Joseph Zada and Whitney Peak as the leads. So Zada is going to be playing Haymitch, while Peak is going to be playing Lenore Dove Baird, who is Haymitch's girlfriend. And if I know anything about this, she's not in Hunger Games, so I'm going to take a wild guess.
She's going to be unalived.
Because you know the black people always die first in the horror movies. Anyway,
well, also Haymitch needs a reason to become an alcoholic, so we're pretty sure she gonna be unalived.
Anyway, thoughts?
I'll see it. I got the book. I'm glad I got a whole year to read it. So hooray!
Cool. Although I don't know why this like Skibbity Riz looking motherfucker is going to be playing Woody Harrelson's role. Honestly, just put some makeup on Woody Harrelson and then just make it okay.
Because he can play 18. Sure thing.
It's fine. Like, okay, if Stockard Channing can play a high schooler at the age of 34, anything can happen, okay?
That's not fair. They were all 34.
But like, I just love how this dude who looks nothing like Woody Harrelson just looks like this, and it's like, he looks like a TikTok influencer. Like, I have no clue who this actor is, and it's just like, ew. Anyway, but yeah. But speaking of Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping, apparently McKenna Grace, fucking child acting prodigy at this point,
love her,
is gonna be Maisily
Donner. Can't wait
in the film.
Woo-hoo.
So
hopefully
that's
she
exciting.
Doesn't play a bitch, but I gotta read the book still.
I mean, she's good at playing a bitch, so there is that. But I mean, she has range. Like, she is an exceptional young actress. So I'll give them that. But yeah, this is I'm considering how much of a shock like Songbirds and Snakes was. I'm like, oh, this is actually really fucking good. So I'm like, what? Maybe there's still steam. Who knows? But like, you know what? Keep going with it. If you're gonna keep making great movies in this franchise, go for it. I'll watch. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, McKenna Grace definitely tapping a fucking. She's so fucking good. She is like. She should not be as good as she is, but she just is. Goddamn. Fucking excellent. So good. But apparently Berlin Noir, Apple Land's next big TV adaptation with Bernie Gunther prequel series from Conclave writer Peter Strawn, Bad Wolf, and Tom Hanks's Playtone. A lot of different fucking people in this. Yeah. Goddamn. So
a lot going on there.
Thoughts?
Cool. I probably won't see it, but cool. Good for them. I'm sure it's going to be great.
But yeah, got like Playtone, got Doctor Who people, you got Conclave people. Goddamn, a lot of different talents here. So
yeah,
way to go for them. Anyway, SNL, Walton Goggins and Scarlett Johansson to close out season 50. Thoughts?
Good for you, Walton. Man's been in the game for so long, and now all of a sudden it's like the year of Walton Goggins. I'm so happy for him. I'm glad he's blowing up. I'm glad he's being invited to be a part of everything that is current and relevant and big right now. So I love to see it. Good luck to you, sir. Scarlett's hosted before, so whatever.
Love Walton Goggins. I don't really give a flying fuck about SNL outside of Weekend Update, so don't really care. Anyway, Golden Globes and CBS set date for Nikki Glaser hosted 2026 ceremony. Apparently, it's going to stream and air live on Sunday, January 11th, 2026. Thoughts?
I feel like we just got out of award season. Like I saw we've got this announcement and another one, and I was like, Okay, like I feel like it's I mean, I know we're well into the year now, but I'm like, this is a year away. Who gives a fuck? But okay, cool, I guess.
Yeah. Also,
Good
Nikki
for them.
Glazer. That sounds like the name of a porn star. Anyway.
Not nice.
But speaking of awards, you were just talking about it.
There we are. There's the other one.
Set March date for 2026. Apparently, it's going to be March 1st, which is Zack Snyder's birthday, guys. So that's very exciting. Maybe I don't know.
Happy birthday, Zach.
But thoughts?
I mean, I just hope Kieran Culkin wins so he can give another hilarious speech. Honestly, that's the greatest speech I've ever seen in my life. If you guys look it up from the SAG actors, from the Screen Actors Guild Award from this past year, just brilliant, just wonderful. Totally self-deprecating, totally shits on acting as a whole. It's wonderful. So yeah, if we get more of that, I'm for it. I've already put both of these dates in my calendar. Hopefully there are no wildfires that will change the thing next year. But again, we have a whole friggin' year between now and then.
Well, I mean, not a whole year. For
I know
January,
I know.
it's like more like
but it might as
9
well
months.
long
and
enough.
then for the other one,
Long
it's like
enough for some
11
shit
months.
to go down and completely change the schedule is all I'm saying.
Anyway, next up, Chloe Zhao's Hamnet, starring Paul Mescal, speaking of people that are everywhere, and Jesse Buckley sets November release date. Thoughts?
I like both of them. I like Chloe Zhao. We'll see what happens. Unless it's a scary movie, then I'll be missing it.
Okay. I don't know what this is. Paul Mescal. He proved his worth with Gladiator 2, so now I like him. So, cool. Way to go, man.
Yeah.
Next up, Indian thing. Liz, you take it.
I haven't seen the first two. Mardani 3 is coming out in 2026. Hooray! Good for them. Hope it's a success. I know nothing about the story. Oh, super.
Neither do I.
Hollywood.
Anyway.
Okay.
Margot Qualley, whatever it is. Aubrey Plaza and Chris Evanson's comedy Honey Don't lands summer release. And it's going to be a Coen feature that is only from one Coen.
Only one.
And the last
and his
time
wife.
Ethan Coen released a movie with just Margaret Qualley and only him directing, it kind of sucked. So I don't have any hope for this.
I disagree.
Thoughts?
I enjoy Drive Away Dolls, so I'm looking forward to it. And again, Chris Evans in a film likened to Drive Away Dolls. I'm here for it, my friends. I'm looking forward to it. Sorry you didn't enjoy it. I thought it was rather entertaining.
Honestly, it was just like trying too hard, but also like not trying hard enough. It was pretty much the entire thing was like, hey, did you know lesbians can be horny? And it's like, cool, great. Are you going to make a movie about that? No, just things happening. All right, cool. And it's also not funny. So way to go, Ethan Coen. Please go back to your brother. And we might actually get good movies again.
Ethan,
Anywho,
I enjoyed it. Do what you got to do, man.
Netflix unveils premiere date, first look photos for The Thursday Murder Club, which has a whole bunch of old has-beens.
Well, apparently Helen Mirren and Pierce Brosnan have something in their contract now where they just exclusively work together on everything they do. So,
well, I mean, he wasn't in. To be fair, he wasn't in 1923, so there was
no, but they're in Mobland together right now. That's why
know.
I just think it's funny that their next project they're also both together in it. So hey, and we haven't seen Ben Kingsley in a minute, so cool, hooray!
Yeah, way to go, guys. Bunch of old. If you like a bunch of old people being old, then cool. Watch this.
Not bad old, Jesus.
Anywho, RuPaul's Drag Race star Jiggly Caliente suffers severe infection and loses most of her right leg. Exits Drag Race Philippines. Why are we fucking talking about this? This is depressing.
Because it's wild.
It's a really
because
popular franchise.
And
I know, but this is sad. What the fuck?
But she's been one of the judges since the very first season, so it's sad that she now has to leave because of this awful thing that happened.
Yeah, I know.
It's really
crazy.
Now I'm sad. Fuck you, Dan, for including
But
that.
you know what? No, I guarantee you she's going to go through physical therapy. She's going to recover. She's going to get some fabulous prosthetics. And she's going to come back to the show and it's going to be amazing. She's going to have a victory lap and it's going to be great. So we wish the best.
Not a full lap because losing the
rude.
Lap,
hey, as they say in RuPaul's Drag Race, she's going to slay. There you go.
That's right.
There you go.
Yes.
Next up, Apparently, Avengers Doomsday will include one Deadpool and Wolverine actor. Yeah, we know it's Channing Tatum. Like,
No, there's an additional one to Channing Tatum. Now it is going to be, yeah.
Judge B15, yeah, that chick. Cool, great,
One me. I can never pronounce her name. But yeah, I love her. She was great in Sinners. I'm looking forward to her getting to do more things and being signed on for more stuff. So hooray!
Cool. Anyway, that's it for quick hits. Great. Let's turn off the music now.
Grumpy.
Yeah. Dan, do you still need us to continue, or can you hop back in? Dan, no. Okay.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. Anywho.
Anyway, moving on.
That's it for the fucking quick hits. Hopefully my computer doesn't like crash now. But we also, before we totally end quick hits, apparently a bunch of birthdays, because I don't know why Dan's including these, but a bunch of birthdays: Barbara Streisand, Shirley MacLaine,
I
Joe
think he's
Keery.
hoping one of these days he gets invited to a birthday party or something. I don't know.
Maybe. But hey, Barbara Streisand, Shirley MacLaine, Joe Keery, Aidan Gillen, Jimon Hunsu, Cedric the Entertainer, Eric Bogosian, Eric Kripke, Damon Lindelof, gross, Jack Quaid, Wes Duchovny, Derek Luke, Kelly Clarkson, Tyson Ritter, Rory McCann, Michael O'Keefe, Eric Balfour, Austin Nichols, Sam Corlett, Melinda Clark, Josephine Jobert, Thad Luckenbill, Glenn Morshower, Rebecca Mader, Jordan Fisher, Stacey Haddock, Kim Tae-Ree, Sasha Bareilles, Anastasia Bargy, Courtney Draper, Vivica Pauline, Jasmine Trinka, Maureen Dewan, Julie Cox, Abigail Thorne, Stephen Lisberger, and Ashley Reyes all turn varying ages today. Happy birthday to y'all.
Happy birthday. Shirley MacLaine's 91. Good for you, girl. Go ahead.
So, yeah. Cool.
Hooray. Good for them.
Now we that is it for the news cycle. Obviously, don't fucking leave. We don't want you guys to leave. But
that's right.
We just have to,
touch that dial.
Wow, aging yourself there.
You're wearing a Be Kind Rewind shirt, John. Shut up.
Anyway, okay, boomer. But
sure. Wow.
Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Obviously, stick with us if you want to watch DC related things. But make sure to make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit the notification bell. You have to do all the things because you gotta get in that fucking YouTube algorithm that hates us so much because we're only getting like 100 fucking views per video, guys. Like, come on, that's fucking bullshit. Anyway,
real shame.
But I have to do like the official like opening for like DCU. So hi guys, welcome to DCU Daily. I'm John. Very nice to see you guys. But we do have a bunch. Obviously, DC is our bread and butter, so we're going to be talking about stuff. A lot of Superman stuff, of course. We're still getting the last wisps of Superman Day because we kind of missed yesterday. Apologies for that. But we are going to be getting not just Superman stuff. We're going to be getting some Green Lantern stuff in terms of the comic book side, that is. We're going to be getting some Supergirl stuff as well as the big thing in regards to the apparent leak of what the team of the Justice League International Proto Terrifics is going to be. So yeah, there's definitely all of that. But we are, God, there's so much stuff. There's so many links. So if I like stop talking like in the middle of this, then you know that like my fucking, that I just, my computer just crashed. So thank you very much for that. Thanks, Dan.
Hey, it's all sorry about that. Well, yeah. John's gonna step out. Sorry. John's gonna take a slight break here for a second. So while he does that, I'm
not taking a break. What are you?
You're not?
Fuck you,
wait,
man.
Who wanted to take a break?
Somebody she was taking a break.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Got it. Okay, cool. Never mind. Well, you know what? Welcome on in to another episode of DCU Daily. As per all, what are you? Okay.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway,
I'm not doing anything. You're doing something. What? Okay. All right. Cool. There we go. There we go. That's what you were trying to do there. Wow, we have a bit of a mess here today, but it's all good. We gotta talk. Dude, you said it. There's a million things to talk about today, and I know that you guys are ready for it. So, trust me, we will get through everything. Just to kind of give you guys a high-level overview before we dive into the absolute Green Lantern. We have a couple of DC stories.
That's right, main man fan. # Team Bullcut. Let's go.
We have Superman stuff today. Then we have Supergirl stuff today. Then we have Peacemaker, and then Lantern. So that's the order of events. Of course, right off the top, we have a couple of other things in addition to that. And, you know, John put it up on screen earlier. There it is. I mean, John, Absolute Green Lantern Chapter 2. Have you been following along with the story so far? What are your thoughts on this? Abin Sur has arrived. I mean, this looks interesting. The artwork looks fantastic. What are your thoughts on Absolute Green Lantern Chapter 2, John?
I haven't been following at all in regards to any of the Absolute lines, but cool for the people that are reading this because, you know, yeah, sorry, I can't really give a lot, but like, it's interesting what they're doing with Abin Sur, and what they're doing with like that, like, because again, like what the basis of Absolute is, like Darkseid took one piece of their origin and like see how that would change them. And so I don't know what they did for Green Lantern because I know about like the Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Flash ones, and I think Martian Manhunter, but like I don't know what they did for Green Lantern, but like I think they took away that like Abin Sur dies. I think that's what it is. But that's definitely pretty cool. Like I'm probably gonna be I thought Absolutes were thicker. Like thick. No, that's just Batman. That's just Batman. He got that thick brick and those thick thighs. But yeah, this is but this is definitely cool for all the people. Yeah, believe in the bulge, believe in the thick thighs, believe in the thick brick logo. Thick. Thick.
Somebody's gonna clip that up. Somebody's definitely clipping that up. Yeah. Caleb saying they need to be bricks. I'm like, okay. Cool.
Somebody's bricked up. Anyway.
So many places we could go with that. Kyle saying girth. That's a good word. Girth. I think that is actually a really good word. I will add that to my. I mean, I think it's in my vocabulary. John, what's the next thing? We have to talk about. Of course, Superman inspiring people and companies to do all kinds of things that tie into Superman and DC, including Gaylord has now officially shared photos from their brand new DC Universe themed summer resort, and of course, seemingly everybody but myself has a version of that Superman T-shirt. So
yeah,
and that kid even has the cape. And then there's a book or whatever that they all have in hand. This is from Warner Brothers Discovery Global Experiences. Gaylord Hotels, John. Would you care to go stay at one of these just so you can, take part in the activities? I'm sure.
I don't know. It sounds pretty gay to me. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Sorry. It's like, guys, fucking change your hotel name, especially in this day and age. Like, come on now. But would I stay at them? Absolutely. This sounds fucking baller as hell. Sounds fucking great. So I definitely I would come in with my Superman shirt, my Superman mug. I'd bring my dog with her Superman scarf. I'd grab my Superman Todd McFarlane action figure. Yeah. Hell yeah. Not my Funko Pops because fuck Funko Pops. They suck. But like, yeah, everything else. Hell yeah. Anyway.
I mean, Liz, you see this. Does this entice you to take a long weekend and go enjoy the resort? I don't know. Like
I've never even heard of this resort. Where is this resort? I know nothing about this.
It says it's going to begin in the Gaylord Rockies in Colorado. John, don't scroll down.
No,
scroll back up. It will start off in Colorado on May 24th, and then it will conclude at basically they're gonna. I guess this is a touring thing. It's going around at all of their different locations, and it keeps going on until September 1st. So, which I'm guessing is around the time when Superman probably comes out of theaters. I don't know. That seems to
Okay.
be the thing.
I mean, good for them. I hope it works out. I hope everybody enjoys it. Like I said, I've never even heard of this company, let alone given any thought to a themed hotel stay. So, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
The whole
I don't
thing
even know if
sounds
we have a
sus,
Gaylord
Sesame
hotel near
easy.
us, but like,
Do we?
I've never heard of these people.
I've never heard of it either.
Yeah.
I would know if like I heard of a hotel named Gaylord. Like, come on.
John, we
Gaylord
trust that you
Faka.
would remember. We trust that you, of all people, would remember.
Are you shaming me, Dan?
I know. I'm just hinting at your preclusivity. Is that the word that I'm looking for, Liz? Preclusivity for this kind of content. I don't know. I'm gonna stop
I
myself
don't
before I
think
get
so.
myself canceled. But we do have to
Too
now
late,
switch
Dan.
over-
Well, apparently
Yeah,
they're an
it's
offshoot
too
of
late.
Marriott's. Just call
Oh,
yourself
really?
Marriott. Yeah.
I'm a Marriott Bonvoy member. Maybe I can get myself a deal.
So the participating hotels are Opryland, Palms, Rockies, and Texan. Obviously Texan is Texas and Rockies is Colorado. I don't know Palms. I assume Palms is either in Florida or California. I don't know what Opryland would be, but
These are like the specialty ones. Then that seems to be.
yeah.
What these are. Okay.
Cool.
What did I just find? Oh, okay. All right.
Good
well,
for
that's-
them.
I'm just trying to load up some stuff here
Opryland
from
is in
Lynch.
Nashville, and Palms, I was right, it's in Florida. So cool. If
That
you
makes
live in 4 of those places, then have fun.
Yeah.
What are the? I'm like, aren't the palm trees like originally from not America or something? Because I'm like, why does it have to be Florida
Probably.
or California anyway? Okay, moving on from this story, let's talk about Superman, shall we? Superman Day happened. Of course, Superman Day is behind us now. Almost a week to the day, because tomorrow it would have been a week since Superman Day, but we still have, stuff floating around on the internet that everybody taking part in Superman Day. Apparently, literally everybody who works for DC or has worked for DC under DC Studios recently has gotten themselves a copy or I guess. What do you call it? Like a version or a free, I don't know if they bought it or got it for free, that's called logo shirt, which my shirt is blue, but it doesn't have a Superman logo on it. But guess who does have that shirt? Not John. But apparently Erlich Thompson does. Oh, I should switch this out. Well, we're having trouble with visuals today. That's all good. We're moving things around. We're gonna save John's computer some trouble the rest of the way. So
yeah, I'm sorry. Like I normally I would be fine, but considering how much of a shit show my laptop is, I don't want to fucking crash during the
if you start seeing smoke rise in front of your face, then that's our cue to be like,
just
John, you need
chuck
to go
it out the
take care of
window
that.
and run.
Yeah.
Like
But Erlich Thompson he's playing Sinestro and Lanterns, but he himself got in on the action. You can see he's got the mustache going, clearly looking like an older Sinestro. John, are you surprised that even somebody who probably has nothing to do with the Superman movie, but he is of course in the house of DC, as they would say.
He's not the first Lanterns cast member to have that sure, Garrett Dillahunt was doing the same thing. So
don't go there just yet. We will talk about that later.
No, I talked about it last week or a couple days ago.
Yes, it's true, but we're gonna talk about it in a little more detail.
Okay.
Caleb's saying though,
goddamn.
the bro already looks like Sinestro, no makeup needed.
Well, I would prefer the pink makeup
Yes.
because alien, but
Well, he's not gonna wear that on, I don't know, like while he's hanging out in his backyard. So yeah, good to see the support, Man fan. That absolutely, it's everybody's getting in on the Superman Day action. And Elite Easy is like, look, I just like that they're doing something, like even if it's something weird, like the Gearlord Hotel. Look, here's the thing: the name Gearlord Hotel might throw you off, but it's part of the Marriott chain, so you could probably just go book it as part of like their specialty experiences. So there's nothing wrong with that, and it looks like some of this stuff looks pretty cool if you want to spend a long weekend at a resort. Most people will take that. But anyway, moving on to the next thing. Speaking of Superman, They have boxer briefs available now on Amazon, John. And this is where Liz comes back, of course, very timely. These shots, I mean, look,
I
I
need
did
to be a
not
part
make
of this
this up.
conversation.
This is not a Photoshop situation. This is literally, you can go on Amazon and find this image and get yourself a pair or several. And yeah.
There's the shot right there. Now I'll zoom into this. That.
Okay, we don't need to see
Right there.
bulge, but
I'm just like, I don't know. Do we need that? Like, because it's sort of like, what function does it?
I think we do need that, Dan. Like,
Really,
I think we
need that.
do to show
Really,
off.
the whole world needs that.
Yeah, I might get some of these. You know, like I do. Love
They
me some
definitely thought of
box-
our show when they were setting up the marketing photos
Yeah.
for this.
I
Absolutely,
bet they did. I bet they
said,
did.
This is for the DCU Daily fans.
Oh man,
Hell yeah.
Super Blink just arrived at the perfect time. Why not just put the logo on the crotch for one for each leg? In that reel, I did do that. In that reel, there's like a logo, and then I made that the thumbnail, and YouTube was like, "This is not advertiser friendly," so it got downvoted on their algorithm. So anyway, main event fans to go now. This is great. It certainly sells the merchandise.
It's something,
you know?
that's for sure. It's something.
Liz, this kind of is a recreation of what that one particular scene with JB, as you like to call him, in The Accountant 2, which is out now. Actually, you can go see it tonight, and then tomorrow is official open day. So, yeah, John Bernthal. I mean, this is almost a recreation. If you just Photoshop that from a blue set of boxers to black, and then take away the Superman logo, I think it was just like a plain black pair of boxers.
Elite Easy, what? Your mannequins don't have semis? Hashtag
this is
focus.
too good. This is too good. This is, like you said, Liz, this is almost like they literally just saw our show and were like, we need that angle. We need to show.
They said, we know how to sell boxer briefs, and this is it.
No, Caleb. You know what? I have been thinking about this for a while, Caleb, because I pulled this image 2 days ago, and then we didn't do a show yesterday, so yeah, it's been on the mind, of course. But yeah, I mean, look, they want to show you that it provides support in all the right places, and that angle does a good job of that. So yeah, Enterprising saying, I've seen some speculation that Superman doesn't have a traditional structured plot. If All-Star Superman is anything to go by, the comic was more of a collection of adventures focused on his heroism. It's hard to tell. I mean, we've only got one freaking full trailer so far, right? So like, if that is the case, we'll just have to.
Enterprising, how dare you try to bring some class to this show?
I know, right? Like, we were clearly just focused on the. I'm trying not to say the word, but like, we were clearly focused on the boxers. So Kyle is like, metamorpho boxers coming soon. Yeah. There's a joke in there somewhere that I don't want to go looking for. But moving on to the next thing. I'm sure we'll get back to that image again in the future. I should have put that shit on the thumbnail. I regret my choices today. That should have been on the thumbnail.
Hindsight, what are you gonna do?
But the BBFC, which I forgot what that stands for. I will figure it out eventually. But the BBFC and Superman, and they've announced a new competition for young people aged 12 to 16 to unleash their creative superpowers to design the official BBFC black card for the film. So you can submit your designs. I believe this is a British thing. Let's find out. Okay, the British Board of Film Classification. Oh, does that mean they're like the British MPA? Is that what that must be what it is?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
So
Let's go with that.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds cool. I mean, this looks fun. I mean, you can see that they're shooting all of these promo things at that set that they had that group photo from. So I bet you when we get the Blu-ray, special features and stuff and behind the scene interviews and stuff, a lot of that would have been shot at that set. So, and it looks like they recently did that, so they brought the whole cast back together for this. So that's good. But yeah, no, it looks nice. I for one still collect Top Trumps from way back in the day when I was living in the UK. I actually just got a new set, I didn't. Fiona got it from me, so I asked her like, can you pick one up on the way out of the airport from WH Smith, because anyway. But yeah, so
I don't know what that
nice.
means, but good for you.
Exactly. It's okay. If you know, if you're a fan of Top Trumps, then which I can't imagine any of you guys watching are, but maybe now you will be, now that I've mentioned it. But Yeah, this looks like a fun little initiative, and I look forward to seeing the design when it's the winning design. But speaking of designs, John, we were talking about it the other day. The Hammer of Baravia. That's a closer look, or I guess at an illustrated version of it. Of course, we've seen that shot where he's coming out of some kind of like round gate thingy. But here he is again. We don't know who's inside the hammer of the suit, I should say. But Baravia has its own superhero or villain,
Yeah.
depending on how he or she or they figure into the movie, which looks interesting. The other image here is a closer look at Ultraman, which why is that so much smaller than the other one? But anyway, John, what are your thoughts on this? What the fudge? Take that out of there. So Hammer of Baravia and Ultraman. The designs, now that you look at the Ultraman design, John, it's looking closer to like some of the details in the Superman suit, right? Except he doesn't wear his, undies on top of his suit. So clearly that's Henry Cavill. But what are your thoughts on the designs?
I mean, both are looking okay. I don't know why Ultraman is like purple, because clearly in the movie he's wearing like a black thing going on. Even though here he's purple, I don't know what they're trying to show with that, but they look good. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's definitely the Hammer of Baravia," and I'm like, "No, it's definitely not." And then now it's proven that it is. But but honestly, it does look cool and interesting. It could be like a Lex Luthor made thing, like, oh, he had like a deal with like Bravia, and then he decided to like, oh, I'm gonna give you like what I have that I created, Ultraman, and you can create your own Superman, and like that kind of thing. That's definitely an interesting idea. That maybe. But I think that's just, I'm really curious how that will lead into this. So because I feel like that I don't want to believe like rumors and stuff like that, because Jeff Snyder's a piece of shit, but like it could very much be like this, they are borrowing the structure from All Star Superman, where it's going to be like a series of vignettes taking place over like one day, and it's just going to be like, oh, he's going to be fighting this, oh, he's going to be fighting that, this and that and this and that, and then it kind of ends where it's like there's a through line there, but it's still like it's like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where it's like, oh, it follows Sharon Tate for a little bit, oh, it follows like Leo and Cliff Booth for a little bit, and then this and that. And so that could be I'm not a huge fan of that storytelling, so I'm really curious how they're going to make that work. I still believe in the movie. I still think it'll be good, but it seems like with how many villains they're introducing here, it seems like they're going to be like following like Superman fighting this guy and fighting this guy, and the through line is going to be like Lex Luthor was the reason for all of this. So I could definitely see them doing that. But yeah, it looks like I don't know how he's going to factor into the overall plot. Maybe it'll be small, maybe it'll be big. I don't know. But I'm curious with this like smaller, like one note character that made like a couple of appearances back in like the 70s and 80s. And like there again, as I said before, if it was true, and it is true, James Gunn does this a lot, where he takes like this nothing character that nobody remembers, and then he's like, okay, I'm going to make them a huge part of my movie, because why not? So very James Gunn thing to do, and I like that. So I'm sure it'll be a great addition to the movie.
I mean, Superbullying saying they don't believe this is Ultraman still, and then also saying that this movie probably isn't based on the structure of All-Star Superman. What I will say, like part of that theory that lines up with something James Gunn has said, is that the story of this film, like a lot of films, quite frankly, I mean, most films that you watch, they don't take place over the course of many years or months or weeks. Most film stories take place over the course of a few days, maybe even a day. So we know James Gunn has mentioned the story in this movie takes place over just a few days' time. Which even if you go back to like
he said 1 day. I could be misremembering.
Is it 1 day? Is it 1 day?
I thought it was 1 day.
But... Yes, I mean, and going back to even a lot of the other DC movies from the DCEU.
You're right. It's not only based on All-Star. It's also based on Superman for All Seasons, which was also like kind of a vignette storytelling, where it doesn't have like one overarching like story, like a linear narrative. It's mainly like this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, and it's like over the course of like Superman's like career in a way. So I mean, both big stories that he said he was borrowing from are like vignette storytelling and non-linear storytelling. So it makes me believe that that's how the movie is gonna be. Like there were rumors and like, oh, the screen tests, like the 400 million screen tests that apparently happened for this movie, confirmed it was. But like, I have trouble believing that because misinformation is everywhere. So, but if that is the case, I'm curious how they're gonna make that work. So obviously we'll see. But it seems like they're going that way. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they can pull it off. Very few filmmakers can convincingly do something like. I feel like if Christopher Nolan was directing it, then I would buy it because his understanding and sensibilities around non-chronological storytelling, but also, even if it is in a chronological order but feels like vignettes, very few filmmakers can do that and pull it off well without running into pacing issues. So will James Gunn be doing that here? It's not something he's done before necessarily with his other, Guardians movies. So I will just have to wait and see if that is what the movie ends up feeling like. It might even be that that's what the movie is, but it doesn't quite feel like it when you watch it the first time. Because what I would worry about is that, you don't want to create a movie where it feels like you have a bunch of narratives that are sort of like transitioning from one to the next to the next. You want a story that flows. And that's the biggest thing. I think with this movie and with most early DCU movies, especially, you can't be experimental. You need to make something that's going to appeal to the widest audience possible. So that's where I would say that may be more reason than anything else for them to not just make it a series of vignettes. But with that said, John, they do have some children's activity books for Superman out as well. And
I mean, that's
you
where
could
those
see
images
here-
came from. You could see
Yeah.
Ultraman in the first one and Hammer of Baravia in the second one. So, yeah, like it. Yeah, the three. I remember reading those with like the 3-step into reading and stuff like that. So, that's
It's a
definitely
great
a lot of fun.
initiative. I mean,
You
for
got
kids.
crypto,
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, it's like cute, fun things for kids.
You even have the T-spheres in here, which we haven't even seen that much of in the trailer.
We saw a little bit, but yeah,
A little
I think,
bit. But like here, you can actually kind of see the
I
design,
remember
right?
doing these as a kid. Like I remember doing them for all bunch of different like franchises and non-franchises of like, activity books, like sticker books. I remember those. I had a couple of those. It's nice to see. It's cute. Like it's again all encompassing everything. Even Ben Affleck revealed like, hey, the fact that my son is scared of Batman is probably not a good thing. So let's try to rectify that. So that's what they're doing here. They're making, and it just like, I love how like, and I love the fact how like, they're like, oh, they're fucking copying Marvel because like of this, and this other thing where it's like, but like, like I feel like Marvel is mainly like a teenager, young adult audience. Well, this feels like it's like they're getting everyone. Like it's like little kids, but also like adults that love Superman. I feels like not to say like obviously kids are still going to see Marvel movies. I'm not like acting like they aren't, but it feels like the overall like encompassing like demographic is just like it just feels like everybody, and I really really like that. You're muted.
Sorry, the graphics just went haywire while you were talking.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if this is just my screen or yours, so I'm just gonna continue talking.
I was trying to find this music but I played myself. So anyway,
Congratulations, you played yourself. That's what you get for trying to fucking play me off, motherfucker. Anyway.
All right. Well, I will say though, what the comment from Trigger Drawing was kind of accurate in the sense that arm pose looks a little weird. It's almost like your arm doesn't quite attach that way to your body. Like it looks a little like stiff in that sense. But speaking of stiff, I will say they didn't highlight the bulge much here. So it is for children. You don't want to send the wrong message. So you can see it's smoothed out, it's flattened, nice and easy. And yeah, so bulge watch as it were. Moving on to the next thing, Liz. What are your thoughts on the U.S. Mint getting involved here as well? And they're going to be making some special commemorative coins.
I mean, that's pretty neat. I'm not much of a coin collector, so I don't really know what the history is of the U.S. Mint doing things like this on a regular basis. But hey, if you're a collector, if you're a fan, this is definitely something I think people should invest in. It's not a terrible idea, and it's pretty cool. Good for them.
Yeah.
By the way, we got Marco Ramos in the chat. Hello, Marcos. Asking, got a new Superman trailer yet? No, we don't have the new trailer yet. We'll just have to keep waiting. I mean, they did give us a whole 5 some odd minutes of footage though recently, so I guess that's what we have to work with. You know what though? There was, remember, I think you guys might have seen this in the AMC app, where they were doing like this sneak peek at all the stuff they showed at CinemaCon at like AMC and I think also at Regal or something. And you could have gone and they would have showed you like 70 minutes of trailers and stuff, and it was only $3. I signed up for it, and then I was watching some podcasts online, and then I was reading up some articles, and apparently because they've been doing this since I think Tuesday, so today was the last day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they were doing like one screening a day, I think 1 or 2 screenings a day, so basically a bunch of trailers and footage supposedly from CinemaCon. And so I figured, oh, maybe that will include some stuff that they showed for Superman that we haven't seen yet, because they did show some footage at CinemaCon that wasn't part of the sneak peek. So stuff like that, and there's a bunch of other movies, obviously. But everything I kept hearing and seeing from people who went and saw this is that they only really showed you trailers that are all now publicly available. Like since CinemaCon, all the studios have put all that stuff out. Nothing that is still exclusive to CinemaCon was included in that. So I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time. So I got the refund on my $3. So if you guys were looking to go and do this, I mean, it's probably too late now, but yeah, that was something I wanted to avoid. But moving on to the next thing, we have a bit more Superman stuff to get into this. So the next thing here is some new official artwork. This looks cute. More stuff with Superman and Crypto. I appreciate this stuff so much. I wonder if this is part of merchandise or where they're gonna show this off. It looks
like
cute.
the cover of a coloring book, honestly.
Yeah, that could be it too. Oh, there's Crypto by himself. Look at that. This is a cute dog. Yeah, what are your thoughts on these designs? Also, the font work and it's all different here. The type font and I mean the designs are pretty similar. The overall they follow the same design.
They look like complete coloring books to me. That's all I can think when I see them.
Yeah, it looks cute as fuck. I'll take it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yep. It looks nice. I like the Daily Planet building is always featured in the skyline. That's nice because they do show you in the movie like the Daily Planet building is maybe part of like the older part of town, and then the newer part of town with all the bigger skyscrapers where the Luthor Corp building is like another, it's like a different part of the city. It's like there's a waterway going through the middle of the city. But anyway, I digress. Liz, are you a Hot Toys fan? Because there will be a 1/6 scale Superman collectible figure coming from Hot Toys. These things aren't cheap, but they're famous for being very accurate, like in terms of the face design and everything else. You can see.
Yeah, no, that kind of creeps me out.
Right?
It creeps me out when they're a little too accurate. Like it's nice, like I know John shits all over Funko. I really like Funko, but I'm also not one of those people that will go get those autographed because at the end of the day, it's based on a character and it's not the actual individual. So I'm a little strange about all that stuff. But I mean, they're cool and they look like very high quality, like you said. But it's not for me.
Yeah. It seems like the most accurate reproduction of the suit and just the character from the movie I've seen so far in any of the toy designs. So that's interesting. It's gonna cost you a lot more than a Funko Pop would, or even one of the other collectible action figures. So yeah, I mean, John, would you shell out some cold hard cash for this?
Nah. I prefer not knocking on people who love Sideshow and Hot Toys and shit like that, because they look amazing, they look great, but it's just like I'm not like, if I want to get like an action figure, I want to like play with it. Like I want to like if I'm getting like Superman stuff, I want to use it. Like if I'm getting like a shirt, like I'm using a mug, like I'm drinking liquids out of this. Like I'm wearing a shirt outside. I know, crazy. I actually do go outside, guys. I do touch grass. But I prefer to like use things. Like I never got the appeal of like having something to just kind of place on my shelf and just kind of look at in terms of this. But hey, I also have popcorn buckets that I'm never going to use on my shelf, so fuck me, I guess. But there's something for everybody, I guess. Like I don't get like the action figure, or not the statuettes is the correct term, because they get mad when you say action figures or dolls, statuettes. But I do have, I have the Dunasi. I have, a sarcophagus. I have a creepy monkey head. So, like, again, something for everybody. I'll get the Superman popcorn bucket. I'm not going to get the Superman hot toy, but
I wonder what that popcorn bucket's going to be. Anyway, I'm not going to go there.
It's going to be Corin Sweat's mouth.
I'm not going to go there.
It's going to be the trunks. I remember saying that. Me and Liz were talking about this the other day. It's going to be the trunks, and like there's going to be the bulge, and then you got to put right there. Perfect.
Yep. Yeah.
They got to lean in on that.
Yep. I guess that depends if other people are noticing what we have been noticing this whole time. It's pretty obvious. It's hard not to notice. They're kind of not showing you that part in this preview, but I'm sure when the real thing gets released, we'll get a better look at it. But speaking of CinemaCon, earlier I mentioned some new photos from CinemaCon from the I don't know, the Fantastic Four. Oh no, wait, that's already taken. The Fabulous Four. The three leads of the movie, and of course James Gunn. I wanted to ask you guys this question: the fact that they keep sending, of course, Rachel Brosnahan and Nicholas Hoult and David Cornsweet, those three being, you would imagine, yes, obviously they're the three big leads of the movie, but I would figure that some of the other characters would also play a bigger role. No, I mean, does this tell you anything about the story, like that the fact that it's Superman, Lois, and then of course Lex? Like these, do you think this is going to end up being very much a story that revolves around the three of them only, considering the number of characters?
I mean, to me, it goes kind of to John's theory that they're going to have all of these side, villains, and it's just going to be like a montage of his fights and just a little, here and there. Just they're going to give us a little taste of each character, but not actually have them be a main component in the film itself. And that seems to be the case, but again, maybe they're just trying to keep stuff close to the vest and not give us a whole lot. So we'll see what happens, I suppose. But I have to say, it drives me crazy seeing her in that dress, because she looks like she's going to the club where the rest of them look like they're going to like a nice like luncheon or something. And I just don't understand why we made the decisions that we made. But what are you going to do?
Hey, you know what? She's hot. She has the body. She can flaunt it however she fucking wants. If she wants to look like that, then hell, if I looked like that,
I don't know if she has a choice. It seems like they're doing stupid things. I don't know. Whatever.
I will say that's got to be something.
Also, by the way, if you're wearing a leather jacket to a nice luncheon, I think you need to think your life choices over a little bit.
It's Nicholas Hoult, man. Like clearly, he could pull it off.
I'm just saying they should all be a little more uniform. That's I really mean more like that. Like it should be a little more cohesive. It should make a little more sense. There should be some kind of collective theme going. That's all.
It's definitely like a fashion statement, but it's not something comfortable, I imagine.
Well, and again, I get it, because the dress is supposed to look like copies of the Daily Planet, whatever. Like I understand that. It's just it doesn't fit together. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Like David Cornsweet, much more dressed down, I guess, relatively speaking. Not down, but like it's much more like you said.
They look a little more professional, whereas she looks like she's going to the club for happy hour.
Fair enough. I won't argue with that logic. I mean, and also James Gunn. James Gunn looks like he actually works at the Daily Planet right there. So M8 certainly and not agrees with John, I suppose. Super Blink saying, I never believed they were going to be involved throughout the marketing. Well, I mean, they are involved. They're clearly the three that they keep pushing out front and center, obviously alongside James Gunn. Kyle saying crypto dog bowl popcorn bucket. Yeah, I mean, maybe we will have a crypto popcorn bucket. There's all kinds of popcorn bucket ideas.
And then you have to and then it's like in the opening is in his little doggy butt, so you gotta go full in on the
why you gotta make it weird, John? Like,
and especially if you get chocolate popcorn, then it's like that adds a whole nother layer to it. So it works.
But Super Blink saying they were more talking about the supporting cast members, which makes sense. You wouldn't trot out the supporting cast members. But John, like we're talking about Superman here. We're not talking about Ace Ventura. And if that came out today, the second one, they would have done like a hippo popcorn bucket that opens up from behind. If you know, you know. Anyway, moving on to the next thing. This is very interesting. This is the big Superman story today. Other than like all the merchandise and you know collaborations and brand sponsorships. According to this official toy line for Superman, Liz, they're calling Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, and Hawkgirl the Justice Gang. And of course, they're funded by Maxwell Lord's company, Lord Tech.
Gross.
But the name, the Justice Gang, doesn't exactly inspire confidence in a team of heroes. It sounds more like villains, right? Like when you want to name a team that are full of bad guys, you call them the Syndicate or the Gang, or like, you know, but if it's like the good guys, you're like, you know, the I don't know, the League or something. Like it's, I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts on this? I'll start with you, Liz.
It's gross.
A, do you think this is true? And then B, like, what are your thoughts on the name?
I mean, I've been seeing it everywhere. It seems to have taken off, which is a real shame. I just think it's corny as fuck. So, okay, if that's what we're going with, ew. But all right, gives me the ick. But okay.
Yeah. I mean, as I don't know what his full name, Santa Pratt. I don't know what his fucking username is, but he said it's so cringy that sounds like a parody, and I love that. If that's what they're going for, that's literally the whole point. It's supposed to be like a shitty corporate name said by an out of touch billionaire. That's the point. He's thinking of like the stockholders and like the board and the demographics. Like, what do people like? Oh, they like justice and they like a gang. That's cool, right? So Justice Gang. So that's what they're doing. It's like, oh, they're doing like a fucking like corporate like bullshittery title that it's like, oh, it was good with the fucking stockholders. It was good with like our like 18 to 36 demographic, because instead of like, you know, being just like organic with it all, like Justice League or the Terrifics, and they could like, it's like, oh yeah, this one didn't test well with this demographic, but it tested well with this. Like, that's what it's like. That's what I know. It's the fact that it sounds stupid, is I'm pretty sure that's what they're going for, because it feels like the vibe I'm getting from this is that it's going to be very much like anti-corporation, where it's like, it's going to be like making fun of like all like Lex Luthor and Maxwell Lord and all these idiots that are like, that care more about numbers and money and products rather than the people, and actually doing real heroics like Superman. So, and I mean, and Stag, I don't know who's playing Stag in this movie, but they do corporate focus groups. Yes, thank you, exactly, JB. So that's what they're doing. Like, and Metamorpho, it seems like they're confirming that Metamorpho is not going to be part of this team, that he's going to be Stag's like hero, and then this is like the Lord Industries like team. So that's like, it seems like what they're doing is like, you know, Superman is the hero, the timeless hero of yesteryear, while these guys, they're like corporate products that are only like, you only do the things I want you to do because it's in my best interest, not the best interest of the people, you know?
I want Momoa's Aquaman to come up on the end credit scene and walk up to Nathan Fillion and be like, my man. Like, that's just, they miss an opportunity if they don't.
Yeah, literally, because Cyborg's gonna walk in and be like, the ride's not over yet, and then, you know, then Aquaman walks and is like, my man, and then we just keep going. Then there's I cringe,
and then I die from cringe.
Exactly.
Sorry, John. We will pay our respects after that second surprise movie finishes. But yeah, Guy Gardner apparently is meant to be the leader of the Justice Gang, which makes sense considering
about right.
The footage we have seen. He's always like front and center, walking out, like whether he's, you know, throwing a bunch of energy at, I don't know, like pushing the people back who are all protesting whatever Superman did in the trailer, as well as the behind the scenes stuff we have seen where they're walking out and Guy Gardner's up at front and center, is like, you're welcome. We saved you guys, and Superman is in the back, and everybody else is kind of behind him. So,
and all the kids come run up to Superman because Superman's awesome. And Guy Gardner's
like,
a
nobody wants to
bitch
talk
boy
to
with an asshole. He's an asshole with a penis haircut. So like, you know, that's how it would be. But yeah, that makes sense because Guy Gardner is a fucking piece of shit, and of course they'd give like, because like I feel like that's like, again, in the interests of like, Maxwell Lord, he's like, okay, who am I gonna like give the leadership quality to? The guy, Mr. Terrific, it seems like the most like moral driven. Hawkgirl has a bit
But
of
he's
an
probably
edge
more of
to
a
her.
thinking man. Like he's not
And
necessarily.
then a Guy
Yeah.
Gardner is just a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the guy I want to lead my team,
got the
because that's what I
confidence.
feel
Yeah.
like. You know, oh, they know like Green Lantern, they remember him, so it's like, oh, like this is a new, better Green Lantern because of this, and this. So yeah, I think, I think like again, it's just the whole thing is like making fun of corporations, and you know, like since The Boys is doing that so terribly, I think they'll be able to do it properly here. So
Yep. Yeah. Elite EZ saying a hothead.
yeah,
And Kyle saying Justice Guild was an awesome episode. Was that, are you talking about like a Justice Guild was? Oh yeah, the animated, the Justice League animated series. Enterprising mentioned that. Yep.
anyway.
That makes sense. Caleb is loving the anti-corporation and cynical feel to this movie. Absolutely. I mean, and James Gunn has mentioned that's exactly what this movie is about. By the way, guys, a quick reminder, friendly reminder, there's a lot of you watching, not as many likes. If you are here, if you'd really appreciate it, if you hit the like button, it really does help us out quite a lot. And you know, that it brings the video out in front of more people and the community grows. And of course, if you are watching and you have comments you want featured on the show, of course, if you're not in the live chat, if you're not watching us live, then you're welcome to, of course, drop them down below, because that way we can feature them on the Q&A session that we do on Fridays, which we will be doing tomorrow. But for the time being, we had to switch gears to talk about Supergirl, because Superman, of course, is coming out soon, but Supergirl is still filming, and they might be getting close to wrapping up, because recently Jor-El, being played by David Krumholtz, he posted that he is wrapped, he's done. And then James Gunn responded saying, I can't wait for the people to see you in this, brother. They're in for such a treat. And
oh my God, a chair? Kevin Feige is going to start coming, guys.
Exactly. I was like, not only did he do his, best Marvel impression by posting the director's chair, but then he also posted the, I guess, the other side of the chair, maybe, or a different chair where, you know, you have the logo. Now, I did find out that this may not yet be the official logo of the movie, but this is certainly the design that they've been using for the chairs on set. So there you go. I mean, there's been rumors out there. We mentioned it in the description for this show on YouTube that it's possible that they might be shortening the title of the movie from Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow to just Supergirl, kind of like what they did with Superman, going from Superman Legacy to just Superman. So Liz, I'll ask you, a two-part question. A, do you believe this is an indicator that they are shortening the title? So it's not going to be Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, but just Supergirl. And then if, let's, for example, imagine just for the time being, pretend this is the actual logo for the movie, what are your thoughts on the design?
I mean, it fits along with David's Superman. We've got, the same S, colors a little switched around a little bit. Sure. I mean, it would make sense to me. I don't know why they would go through, all these lengths to put something like that out there if that's not what's going to happen.
It's organic. I'm sorry, never mind.
Sure. But I mean, either way, I'm fine with the title one way or the other. But it would make more sense to kind of, simplify it and just make, it is what it is. Not to give anybody any preconceived notions of what the film's about within the title. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, John, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is actually the logo, or this is just something they used on set? And then also, do you believe they're going to shorten this title of the movie?
I want to believe it's just something that they use on set, because I prefer the subtitle, because less confusion with the Supergirl movie from 1984, 3, whenever that came out. I don't know. It's just a little bit just to differentiate. That's why I didn't mind the Superman Legacy subtitle, even though it's like, what is it a legacy of? Well, I don't know, but like the movie would have explained it. Not anymore, obviously, but like I don't know, just like I don't like subtitles, but like considering there's so many of these and so many different like versions of this, just like I would say just stick with the subtitle. I get like nobody's actually going to call it Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, but they're going to say Supergirl, but the subtitle is there just in case. I just prefer that. But like Woman of Tomorrow is still a nickname for Supergirl. Like it was before the comic book ever came out, because like Superman was the Man of Tomorrow, Supergirl's the Woman of Tomorrow. They're both, Man of Steel, Woman of Steel. Like that's the whole point. So
Right.
I don't know. I would prefer it, but if they get rid of it, I'm not gonna cry over it.
Yeah. Nico in the chat as well now. We have Christian is in the chat as well, as you saw his comment earlier. Nico saying just Supergirl is perfect. Yeah, I mean, look, it's not official. This is, if anything, just a hint. But again, even as a hint, it's not very clear whether that is actually the title of the movie or even the official logo. But for the time being, this is the best we have got. So if that is indeed what we end up with, then it's not that bad. It's actually not bad at all. I like it. If that's what we end, it's a little hard to read that title, like Supergirl, the font that they're using from a distance. But you know what? We'll just have to wait and see until we get a first look, official look, which I imagine is probably going to be a Comic-Con this year. Now, the next thing, of course, well, to continue on with the David Krumholtz part of the story, given that he's now wrapped up, my question to you, both of you, is how far away are we from the movie wrapping up as a whole? Because you'd imagine, I mean, Zor-El is probably not in the majority of the film, but he's
right.
I mean, we know that Jason Momoa's Lobo has wrapped. There was a video going around of that. I'm not sure if we actually have that here. We might be able to bring that in another time. But, of Lobo on set, which obviously must be old. Either that or they're shooting with a stuntman because Jason Momoa's done. So now between Lobo and, Zor-El, two big characters. So, John, what are your thoughts? Do you think they're getting close to wrapping on the film?
I think so. I think at the very most, it's going to be the end of May. Like, I think they maybe have like a month left. They're getting ready to finish up. I think that makes the most sense. I think it's because like Superman was roughly 5 months. So I would imagine that this is roughly 5 months. And it was the middle of January. So middle of May, maybe to the end of May, maybe early June at the latest. But that sounds like about right. They're getting ready to, maybe they have like a month or two left. Month and a half, but at the very most. But yeah, that makes sense that they're finishing up soon. They still probably have a bunch for more of the main characters, but yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and then you know what? On a slightly funnier note, I suppose, Tom King recently posted this, which I thought was kind of hilarious. So Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow's bunch of action figures. I think it was, we talked about it on the show. It was Walmart, I think, posted that they had a whole truck of shipment for all the toys from Supergirl got stolen, which I'm like, they're probably not making merchandise for that movie in particular right now, but obviously they're basing it on the comic. But Tom King seemingly got his hands on one from a guy who picked it up after it fell off a truck. So I thought this was funny. I mean, this only really works as a joke if you remember, the tweet from before. So, but I don't know. Does this look interesting to you guys? It's kind of in line with the costume we've seen on set.
Yep. Except the crest is
not the same.
It's more in line with the actual comic than the Kingdom Come look that they're going for the franchise. So, yeah, looks good. I wouldn't get one, but looks good.
All right. Well, with that, we're gonna move on to Peacemaker news. Not much here, but we would have actually done this yesterday if we had done the show, because yesterday, guys, was John.
Speaking of John Cena,
Cena.
And James Gunn wished him
happy birthday.
That Paul Heyman segment is so legendary. It makes even Cena crack up in the ring. I love it anytime. But yeah, John Cena, he's the current WWE Undisputed World Champion. He's also the record-holding 17-time champion. And while he goes through the last year of active competition in the WWE, he's also is still filming movies. Clearly, we talked about Heads of State earlier in the show, and Peacemaker finished filming, is in post-production. I'm sure he's going to do a ton of promotion work for it, for which he's going to just dress up as Peacemaker again. But John, it was his birthday yesterday. I don't know if you can see him in this picture that James Gunn posted. All I see are two bodyguards, some crew member, peeking out from behind the door, and then James Gunn standing there ominously looking at something. But John Cena, one of the primary reasons, like, as James Gunn mentioned, why making Peacemaker is more fun than anything in the world, saying "Love you, my friend." Are you, I guess, in the same, boat as James Gunn?
I mean, I like John. I don't really like John Cena as Peacemaker, but I like John Cena in general. Like we were just talking about Heads of State, that looks fun, and he usually gives like he's usually like really funny. He's not the best actor ever, but his like comedic timing, as you said, many a times is really good, and he's a lot of fun, and just gotta commemorate that because John Cena's getting 1 year older, even though he's an asshole in the ring now because he has turned heel. But whatever it is, yeah, way to go, man. Happy birthday.
And his name is John Cena. Okay. Well, happy belated
and
birthday
that
to John
fucking
Cena.
kid, fuck all you, fuck all that, or whatever he said.
Yeah, I do believe Elite Easy that Peacemaker is a playable character in the next Mortal Kombat game. Although
no, he's already a playable, and he's a playable character in the current Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat 1.
That's okay. That's what I meant to say. But yeah. Anywho, so yeah, and John Cena, I think, has played about as good of a Peacemaker as anybody could have possibly expected for a character nobody knew existed until the Suicide Squad that James Gunn made. So with that in mind, let's move on to talking about Lanterns, Sean. This is this is the last of the DC shows, movies that we got to talk about today, but there's lots to talk about. So the first thing I wanted to dive into were some more set photos, a bunch of them actually. Brand new set photos have leaked from the show, and it looks like they're filming at a cemetery of some kind. There's another building here where you see a lot of what looks to be basically like fire damage of some sort, and you see some more photos here. People speculating, could we be getting the Black Hand? Is that what this is about? I mean, what are your thoughts on this, guys? Do you think that's kind of what they're aiming for? That image we'll get to in a second. Liz, what? I don't know if you're even familiar with the character, but I mean,
I have no idea what the Black Hand is, but
yeah.
Hey, sounds good, man. Sounds good.
It looks, again, not a whole lot to work off of other than the fact that obviously there's some fight sequences. This looks similar to the same set where we saw Aaron Pierre getting out of a pickup truck with a
I love the first comment, which is just Liz in a nutshell. How about less fucking spoilers? That sounds like a very Liz thing to say.
For real.
I mean, the next thing here, this is kind of spoilery, except it's not, because I mean, this is again just the location. It's one of the diners that they've been filming at, and it looks like here you have Chris Mundy, the creator and the showrunner, and James Hawes, one of the directors of the several episodes, having lunch together, or just maybe having a conversation. Nice little image. I like that somebody called it out, and then the account that posted this was like, "Stop it! All right, we're just gonna pretend this is more news." But here we go. So yeah,
looks great. I like the black.
It looks great. And again, this is a better look at that image of the building that clearly. It looks like somebody blasted it with their lantern rings, maybe, or the Sinestro rings, or whoever the villain is.
I don't think it automatically means Black Hand. Like, I don't know, like, oh, there's black soot. It's like, okay, like, does that mean Black Hand? Sometimes that's just like, maybe there was a fire, maybe there was an explosion, and ashiness that usually comes off as black ash. Like, I don't know, like, maybe, but like, I don't know, like Black Hand I think would be a decent villain for the series, but like I feel like people are grasping at straws. I mean, I guess that's the point. I mean, that's what we do here. But it just seems a little bit too like, oh my god, there's black soot on a building. Black Hand.
Crossed hand, like crossed arms look is exactly, in a look. Yes, that speaks volumes. It's a Firefly. Brendan Fraser's back. Yeah, I think Brendan Fraser's done with DC for a while after his last movie got shelved. Before getting released. This I thought was hilarious. The meme more so than even the photo itself. Somebody just took a photo of the Lantern soundstage, and quite frankly, I could barely even read. Like, it says Latitude. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it does.
That's the working title or the production, I suppose. The code name.
Yeah. But yeah, I love like the pics from fucking one battle after another, like. Which I will say, I'm excited for that movie. That looks fucking
me too.
insane.
That looks amazing.
It looks so fucking like. It looks like the dumbest Paul Thomas Anderson movie ever made, but at the same time, I'm stoked for it.
It's just, that's so good. It's like Viva la Revolution. And anyway, sorry. I've listened to that clip like 20 times just when I sat on and looked at this. I'm like, this is too good. Is that really like Leo there? And then is that
Oh, that's
Benicio del
Leo.
Toro?
He's playing a schlub. He's finally playing his
Trying to get
age.
another Oscar.
He's being a schlub. And you know what? It works. You're kind of a schlub. You're
totally
a pervert
works.
too, so, you know.
Well, you know, Paul Ben David or Paul. Sorry, okay, that was so racist of me. Paul Ben Victor has joined the cast of Lanterns. I said the name wrong and I feel bad. But Paul Ben Victor has joined the cast of Lanterns. He will be playing Anton. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Is that Antan or Anton? He's an extraterrestrial devoted to exposing the truth and exacting vengeance against those who wronged his people. There was speculation he's a Red Lantern. I don't know if Anton is a Red Lantern in the comics or if he's just an extraterrestrial. But another character that they're bringing into the show here. Elite Easy saying he looks like Cheech or Chong. Does he look like Cheech? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like if Cheech and Chong had a baby, maybe and were clean shaven. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe if they were clean shaven. I mean, we were just talking about their last movie. What, 2 days
Can't
ago?
wait for that. That's gonna be great.
He looks like he's in Justice Gang. Heyo, says Elite Easy. There we go. I'm sure there's many people in the Justice Gang. You know what, Liz? That's probably what
I think he's
the
just
name
playing
of the
like
team
a
would be
fucking
if
like
you gave them a name.
an alien PI. That makes the most
Justice
sense.
Gang.
I don't think that he's playing anything major like Atrocitus. I think he's just.
I think that's what we should start calling the folks in the chat. You guys are our Justice
Gang. Yeah,
ridiculous, y'all.
The Atrocitus Red Lantern stuff is probably a step too far. But no, it's a good casting. The last thing I wanted to kind of discuss here real quick as we are running out of time is James Gunn not spoiling it himself, and James Gunn did chime in on this in a second. I'll get to it, but Garrett Dillahunt kept sharing these photos of him looking like Green Lantern, and then there was this image, which I don't know if he's campaigning for it. It's certainly the current look that he's got. Maybe this is Photoshop.
You mean Green Arrow? You said Green Lantern.
Did I say Green Lantern? Green Arrow is what I meant to say. Ollie oxen free. I don't know what that means. But John, Liz, do you believe this man? Is he playing Green Lantern in the new show?
I mean, cool, but also I feel like, is he a little too old for it? I mean, I really don't know much about the character, just, what from, the TV show that was on for a little while there, but good. I like him. He's a good actor. So cool.
I think he's just being a little silly Billy.
Yeah,
I think he's just.
I think so too.
I think he's just like. So? I think he grabbed like the domino mask, probably worn by Hal Jordan, and I think he's just like, he just did that as like sort of like a silly thing because he's just being like, oh, maybe, and it's just him like doing a joke. Like I think.
But you know what? You know why we know that this is actually not real is because somebody asked James Gunn about this. Because of all the photos, and James Gunn was like, haha, no, period, done, dismissed.
Boom.
You probably got a nice cackle out of it too.
I mean, I could have fucking told you that.
So well, it's not true. He's not playing Green Lantern, though he probably did get one over a lot of people if you went off the photos. It's pretty convincing, but not true apparently. And James Gunn has now said so. And so Hunter, you mentioned earlier about younger actor for Oliver Queen. Well, maybe they will, but that's whenever they do decide to make
the Ron Garrett. It should be Garrett Hedlund as Green Arrow. He would be great.
Yeah. Well, with that, we are coming to a close on today's episode of DCU Daily. Early start, early finish. We hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Hit that like button while you're still here. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. We're here doing this 5 days a week. We'll be back here tomorrow doing it.
And subscribe.
And we'll have a Q&A session, so drop your comments down below. We'll bring your question, comments, and concerns and fan theories in and talk about them. Hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. Liz and John and myself will be back tomorrow. But until then, have a great rest of your afternoon. We'll see you another episode of DCU Daily.